Looking for a fun way to boost your English? Quick chats, easy tips, and a whole lot of poppin' energy, all in one place. This is Podcast Popcorn. Let's pop into it and make learning fun.
Okay, picture this. You're on a first date. It's going well. They seem amazing. And you really want to tell them, how great they are.
Mm-hmm.
But then, nothing. Your English just freezes up. You panic.
Oh, yeah, that moment.
And the only thing you can think of is that phrase from your textbook, "You are beautiful." So you say it.
Awkward pause.
Exactly. And maybe you say it again later because you can't think of anything else. It just feels flat, kind of boring, right?
It really does. And that feeling is super common. So many English learners feel, shy or awkward, especially in dating. They worry about translating directly,
Yeah, or they just stick to those very basic compliments.
Right, which can sound a bit unnatural or just overly simple. We need to get past that repetitive stuff.
Absolutely, and that's exactly what we're tackling today. Welcome to the deep dive from Podcast Popcorn.
Glad to be diving in.
Our promise today is pretty clear. We're going to give you 7 real, natural, charming, flirty phrases, the kind people actually use in English.
And we've tailored these specifically for, say, A2+ or B1 level learners. Simple enough to remember, but really effective.
Exactly. So you can sound more confident, maybe a bit more fun, and just connect better.
The goal is to give you practical tools for different situations like texting, meeting someone new, or just keeping a conversation flowing.
Let's get into it.
Okay, first things first, we need to talk about the philosophy, maybe, beyond just the words.
Yeah.
Research actually shows that focusing only on physical appearance, always saying beautiful or hot, can feel a bit played out. It's limiting.
That makes sense. What really makes a connection feel special is noticing something, deeper, right?
Exactly. Complimenting qualities about their character, their personality. Our sources actually highlighted some really great ones.
Oh, yeah. Like what?
Things like, "You're empowering," or even just, "I'm so happy you exist," or "It's nice to see such kindness."
Wow, those are powerful. They really see the person, don't they? Not just the looks.
Precisely. They validate the whole person. Now, those might feel a bit intense for a first meeting, maybe?
Right. Probably not the first thing you say when you walk up to someone.
Probably not. So you often need something lighter first, just to, break the ice without being overwhelming.
Okay, so let's start there. With those versatile, low-pressure phrases for meeting someone in real life, IRL.
Sounds good.
First up, a real classic, but for good reason. You have a great smile.
Can't go wrong with that one, really. It's simple, it's flattering, but it's not too intense.
And it focuses on their expression, which feels, warmer.
Exactly. And the best part, it usually makes them smile more.
Yeah.
Which just instantly lifts the whole vibe.
Okay, good starting point. What's next? Maybe after you've chatted for a minute or two.
Right. You're feeling a bit of a connection. Try this. "I like your energy."
Ooh, I like that. Energy, it's non-physical.
Totally. It gets beyond the superficial, but you don't need deep insight into their soul just yet.
Mm-hmm.
It just says, "Hey, I enjoy being around you." It conveys interest, warmth, without being too serious. It builds trust.
Okay, so we have sincere compliments covered. What about being a bit more playful? I know people worry about teasing.
Yeah, it's a common worry, especially cross-culturally. But humor is, huge in flirting.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Studies actually point to making someone giggle or laugh as maybe the single best tactic for anyone.
Interesting. So how do we do that without, messing it up?
Playful exaggeration can work wonders. Which brings us to phrase number 3. "You look like trouble."
Whoa, hang on. Trouble. Isn't that kind of negative?
But wait for the second part. You have to add it immediately with a little smirk, maybe. The good kind.
Okay, the good kind. That changes everything.
Exactly. It signals you're being playful, not critical.
Mm-hmm.
It's memorable, injects fun, and kind of invites them to tease back.
Gets a little banter going.
Precisely. If they laugh at that, things are clicking. All right, so let's shift gears. You've broken the ice. Maybe you've even swapped numbers. Now what?
Yeah, because flirting definitely changes when you move from face-to-face to, say, texting.
It really does. And actually, for language learners, texting has some advantages.
Like what? Less pressure.
Yeah, less immediate pressure.
Yeah.
You have time to think, to craft your message carefully. And honestly, there's less risk to your self-esteem if it doesn't land well compared to saying it in person.
That's a really good point. And I read something fascinating in the research for this.
Oh, yeah?
Apparently, flirting signals in person get missed a lot. Like 3 out of 4 times, people don't even realize someone's flirting with them.
Wow, 3 out of 4. That's huge.
Oh. So maybe being a little more direct, especially in a text, is actually helpful.
That makes total sense. You cut through the ambiguity. So we're moving from those light icebreakers to phrases that maybe confirm the connection a bit more.
Okay, so let's say you had a good conversation, maybe on the date itself or just after. What's a good follow-up?
Try this one. Phrase 4, you're easy to talk to.
Oh, that's nice. Feels very genuine.
It really is. You can say it at the end of the date or send it as a text later. It focuses on their communication skills, how the conversation flowed.
Right, not just their looks again. It says you valued the actual interaction.
Exactly. That builds a much stronger foundation, I think.
Okay, so what if you're feeling that connection and you think maybe they are too, but you're not sure? Asking, do you like me, feels way too intense.
Way too much, yeah. You need something that acknowledges the vibe but isn't putting them on the spot.
So how do you do that?
The research suggests something self-aware but inviting. Like phrase 5. Is it just me or do we already get along?
I see. The is it just me part makes it less demanding.
Right. It presents it as your observation, maybe even a bit playful. It gives them an easy way out if they don't feel the same.
But it also clearly invites them to agree, to confirm that feeling.
Spot on. It checks for that mutual chemistry without being pushy.
Love it. Okay, now strictly for the digital world, keeping that spark alive between dates via text.
Yeah, you need things that keep them thinking about you, that build a little anticipation. Curiosity is key here.
Curiosity triggers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Texts that make them wonder or link back to something you shared. Which leads us to phrase 6. I just saw something that reminded me of you.
Ooh, that's good. Because I have to ask what it was, right?
Almost guaranteed. What was it? Or, oh yeah, why me? It makes them feel noticed. It can reference an inside joke maybe, and it just prompts more interaction naturally.
Brilliant. Okay, one more. What about responding to something they sent, like a funny picture or a selfie?
Right, you want something direct but still playful. Try phrase 7. Stop being cute, it's so distracting.
Okay, that's definitely playful.
Yeah, it's a clear compliment, you're calling them cute, but the it's distracting part adds that teasing, flirty edge. Perfect for texting.
It's direct affection, but light.
Exactly. Keeps that fun, lively energy going.
Okay, so we've got these 7 phrases now. They're great tools, but what if someone still feels really nervous using them? That fear of sounding awkward, especially in a second language.
That's a super valid point, because the words themselves are only part of the equation, aren't they?
Right. You can say the perfect phrase, but if you look terrified.
It just won't land. This is where we get into the science of communication beyond just the vocabulary.
Okay.
Remember hearing that statistic? That only about, 7% of communication is the actual words?
Yeah, something like that. The rest is tone and body language.
Exactly. And body language, nonverbal cues, that's like a massive 55%. 55.
Wow. So if your body is sending a different message than your mouth.
The body wins.
Yeah.
People believe what they see more than what they hear, often. So if you say, I like your energy, but you're slumped over and avoiding eye contact.
It doesn't work. So how do we project confidence even if we're feeling a bit shaky inside? What does that look like?
It looks like clarity. Think about how someone confident might state an opinion. Here's what I think. There's a calm certainty there. You apply a similar, quiet clarity to your flirting.
Okay, quiet clarity. And physically, what are the key nonverbal things to focus on?
3 main things, really, to show positive engagement. First, proximity. Lean in just slightly when they're talking.
Just slightly, not like looming over them.
No, definitely not looming. Just a small shift forward. It subtly says, I'm interested in what you're saying.
Okay, lean in slightly. Got it.
What else? Second, connection through eyes. Maintain sincere eye contact. Not a creepy stare, obviously, but meet their gaze regularly.
That builds rapport, right?
It really does. And here's a cool thing. When you're genuinely interested or excited, your pupils actually dilate slightly. It's an unconscious signal of attraction.
Whoa, okay. Can't fake that one.
Nope. And third, related to the smile phrase earlier, smile genuinely. A real smile reaches your eyes. It communicates friendliness and openness immediately.
Makes sense. Lean in, eye contact, real smile. What about overall posture? Like if you're shy, you might tend to shrink down a bit.
Right, we often make ourselves smaller when nervous. So the opposite helps project confidence. using what's sometimes called a power stance or just an expansive posture.
Expansive posture, like taking up more space.
Yeah. But again, subtly. Doesn't mean throwing your limbs out wildly. Just avoid closing yourself off. Don't cross your arms tightly across your chest.
Okay. Keep your posture open.
Keep your shoulders back. Maybe rest your arms on the chair arms if you're sitting. Just occupy your space comfortably. Research shows this signals confidence, even social status, and makes people seem more, well, desirable.
So even just adjusting your posture can make a difference in how you're perceived.
A huge difference.
Yeah.
That silent confidence is really magnetic. It makes any phrase you use land better. #NatTapOutro.
All right, so there you have it. 7 phrases to add to your flirting toolkit. From that easy icebreaker, you have a great smile, right through to checking the vibe with, is it just me or do we already get along?
And those playful texts like, stop being cute, it's so distracting. You've got options now for different moments.
And hopefully it's not just about the words. Understanding that nonverbal stuff, the leaning in, the eye contact, that open posture.
That's the goal. To feel more prepared, more confident, actually flirting in English, not just reciting lines.
Definitely.
And maybe, as a final thought to leave you with, think about how dating styles differ across cultures.
Oh, interesting. How so?
Well, like in some Western cultures, maybe especially American culture, there's often a big emphasis on frequent verbal affirmation, like saying I love you often.
Right.
Whereas in Japan, for example, you have the kokuhaku, often a single, quite formal confession of romantic feelings that marks a turning point. Very different approaches.
So the takeaway is?
Think about your own natural style. Are you more playful, more sincere, maybe more polite? And how does that personal style translate when you choose which English phrase to use and when? Knowing your own intention, your own vibe is really key.
That's a great point. Knowing yourself helps you choose the right tool for the job. Fantastic food for thought. Well, we hope this deep dive has given you some confidence and some practical tools. If you found it helpful, we'd love it if you could like, share, and subscribe to the Podcast Popcorn channel.
It really helps us keep making these.
It does. And let us know what you want us to dive into next. Write the title for a deep dive you'd like to hear in the comments below.
We look forward to the suggestions.
Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you on the next deep dive.